Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today's video, I wanted to touch on my upbringing. I'm still young, but I want to touch on things I struggled with. Going back to my past, looking at how I exactly resolved it or improved on it to help other people. Because honestly, when I was a lot younger, I was basically like really lost. My parents, we were immigrants, so we came from Cuba to the United States. So you could see they were working all the time, barely had any time for me. It was hard enough to get something to eat. So yeah, it was a struggle. Of course, we're better now. We're in a better situation, but it was a struggle. They had their own issues, my parents, of course, and that affected me and my other sibling. So yeah, it wasn't easy. That's a lot of story for a lot of people, and a lot of people can relate to that. And all I had was technology. If it wasn't for technology, I don't know what exactly I would do. To be honest, I don't know. I'd probably get into drugs.
Wow.
Like it was that crazy where we all kind of need an escape, and maybe that would have been it. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, to this day, I've never touched or even tried anything, just because I have a personality where like everything to me is, I enjoy everything, even the hard stuff. So it's like, why would I ever need a drug? So that's something I like to preach and something I do myself every day. That was a possibility. How I coped to everything was basically through the internet, through technology. I had my own laptop. I don't know if you guys remember this game, which I recently downloaded because it's kind of that thing where it's fun to play your childhood game. Brings a lot of memories. And I will play Wizard 101. Guys, to me, that was my own little world. Like, crazy enough to sound, but like, even though the graphics aren't the best on that game, it's a cute game. But guys, that was my entire world. It meant everything to me. Like, I lived vicariously through that game. And of course, like, that's not a good thing. Like, trying to live through something or someone else, obviously is never good. So of course, my parents argued or there was an issue, I just hide in my room, ignore everything, but in the background, it was still in my head, but all I had was that game and that escape. And as I slowly grew up, I wasn't able to get advice and, like, for example, how to be a man, or a young boy, like I should have personal goals, I should work on myself. Like that never existed for me. I didn't know anything about the world at all. Like all I knew was Wizard 101. That was the game. That's all I knew, and it was insane. And I feel like I'm talking about this, but because I feel like a lot of people can relate. As I grew up, I didn't have a guide. I didn't have a mentor, someone to help me. That's tough. Imagine you're a little kid, just, I barely had any experience in the world, didn't really go out. And I knew nothing. So, all I knew was school, get good grades. And to my parents, I did get good grades. I was an honor student, which I'm proud of. But my parents were on me about the grades, about school. And that was pretty much it. Like, they didn't talk to me about health. Like I'll show you a picture right now. I was a little chubby, on the chubbier side. Had to take care of my mind. Like I said, goals, things to achieve, what I want to be, my career. None of that. Like you guys either might have good parents too, that helped you like get to that point faster. But I didn't. But I'm kind of making it to tell you, it's not impossible. Like, no matter your circumstance, no matter where you're put, I love when David Goggins said this, which was basically, I'll give you a summary. He said, the best thing that my mom could have ever told me is that the world isn't easy. And that like related to me so much. And it meant, a lot to me. There's a lot of success stories. I plan to be one of them. And I was able to mentor myself. Because at the end of the day, that's all we have, ourselves. And guys, it's never too late. I'm 20 years old and I'm figuring out Like the most basic things you can imagine. Like, I'm figuring all this out now, but guess what? It's never too late, guys. Like, you're 30, 40, it doesn't matter. Improve yourself, because at the end of the day, whether you're 10 or 100, who cares? Like, the grand scheme of things, the world is gonna keep going for billions of years. All we have is these like 100 years, and what are we gonna do? Like half of that? Oh, we just give up? No, we can't just give up. Tell them F you, and I'm gonna do my thing. For example, guys, working out. Let me tell you, and I need to emphasize this. Just making sure. I think you guys can see the sock on the mic. that's my filter. It was also on the podcast. But guys, this is key. If you're young and you're struggling and going through things, we all need an outlet. And instead of taking up drugs or whatever it is, pick up something good and healthy. I'm telling you guys, don't do what other people are doing, your friends think is cool, blah blah blah. Oh bro, let's go to the park, smoke. No, don't let those people influence you. Have a positive and rewarding. There's levels to things, right? So let's say like most people, you want to make a lot of money, but just slow your roll. Let's say talk to teenagers here. Before all of that, and you can do both, it's not impossible. First things first, guys, work on your mental and physical health. I started working out at the age of around 18, which isn't really a bad age, but I kind of wish I did it younger. Many reasons. There's so many things other than having a nice body that it comes with. First, discipline. Discipline it's what's gonna take you through life and what's helping me through my life, which is why I'm saying working out helped me so much, because you build discipline. No matter how you feel, no matter how hard your day was, no matter if you're tired, whatever, you get up and you go to the gym and you work out. No matter how you feel, you go out there and work out. And that's one of the most important lessons, guys, and I can't preach this enough, that I was taught. Secondly, of course, you get a really nice body. You know, you're gonna be attractive not only to yourself, like you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, damn, I look good. Not only that, but you're gonna see a lot of girls start looking at you or maybe going up to you. But of course, that shouldn't be your focus. We'll get to all this stuff later. Let me start writing stuff down, guys. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this, like a rant / podcast. Confidence is super important, guys, and this is when I get to the mental and physical stuff first. And this is something like, I'll be honest, I struggled with when I was younger. Lack of confidence. I did not believe in myself. I would be very lazy, say one thing, do another. Why? Because, guys, let's say you want to build a business, $1 billion business, right? And you're smart, you're capable, you have the resources, but guess what? If you don't believe in yourself, then you'll never be able to achieve it at all. No matter how much money, no matter how much resource. If you don't believe in what you're doing and have confidence in yourself that you can do that thing, build that business, build that brand, bring that it's pretty obvious, guys, but it's something you like. It's obvious, but it's not. Like, you gotta build that confidence to where now you can start achieving things, because you know, like, with discipline, you know that you can get it done. How do you build confidence?